All right, so I'm standing here picking it up right at the bus stop, and it looks like snowing a little this morning. Didn't expect any new snow this morning, so a little powder day today maybe, but see when we get there. Got my skis getting tuned overnight too, repaired and all that stuff, so I can't wait to try them out and see how much better they feel today. But yeah, should be sick. At the bus stop, really quiet out here, only like a few people, and yeah, the sun doesn't look like it's gonna make an appearance anytime soon. Hard to see, so I'm going a little slow. Really good snow in there. Just trying to get out of the back seat. How's it going? Just a heads up, when I was skiing on the left side yesterday, there was this like random hole that I found, but it's not like a crevice or anything. It's just like a hole, so be careful.
We'll watch out for the hole.
Yeah, stay on the right.
Okay.
And you're good.
Appreciate the heads up.
Yes. Hey, have a
For
good
sure.
one.
Have a good one. I found it. Oh, it's not that big. If you came off of that, it would have hurt though.
Yeah, you'd feel that. There's like a little creek or something down there.
Well, should find a marker to put there, but yeah. Well, that's awkward.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened.
They're so sloppy. I got this. Trying to get the balls to do those next two jumps after that first one. First one's a medium. Pretty sure those other ones are large. And then I think they're blowing for like the big, like 50, 60 foot jump or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's big. Oh. I'll do that soon. Yeah, woo!
Alright, that's fine. Local time's fine.
Yeah.
You right? You know?
Yeah, my arm kind of hurts.
I didn't break it, did you?
I don't know.
Fuck, buddy. Ooh. I try and look back and make sure I'm out of people's way, but fuck, man, I don't know.
No, you're good.
You hit anything?
My arm really hurts.
GoPro over here, buddy. Did ya? Yeah.
My dad just broke his hip last month.
No way.
I really hope I didn't break it.
Alright, buddy. Good? Ish. Take your time.
Yeah, I took a really hard fall.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
My son did that years ago, right there.
Same
Really?
Fuck, man.
You need help?
My arm just feels really weird.
Did you go head over heels?
Yeah, I was skiing with this like pole mount, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
And,
this is
I caught an edge right there.
that why that's on the end?
Yeah,
Okay.
my arm just feels like.
Do you need a patrol?
Yeah, I might.
Okay. So what run is this?
Yeah, because you're going to have to try. Getting down on one ski is not easy. It's still fairways.
How do you describe this, John?
Oh my god, I can't believe I just did that.
No, don't overdo it.
Okay.
So how do we describe this run?
Cameron's Way.
Is this
about
Cameron's Way?
Midway.
Is this Cameron's Way?
Yeah, we're halfway down Cameron's Way. Just at the bottom of the main pitch.
I can't fucking believe I just did that.
Where are you from?
New York. Yeah.
You here by yourself?
Yeah. Can't really say I was planning on this, but you know, taking everything as it comes at this point. If you didn't know, the reason I was out here skiing by myself this trip is because my dad broke his hip on his literal first day of the ski season, which he didn't even make it to December. And I was like, you know, let me do my own ski trip. Let me experience solo traveling for the first time. And not even a full 2 days in, this happens. Now, thankfully, well, if you want to say thankfully, but I made it through most of my second day, so I actually had a really sick 2 days of skiing. But yeah, the only thing I told myself was to not get injured because that would be really bad. And here we are. So yeah, I basically kind of blew my whole week of skiing, and I'm actually filming this at the very end of the entire trip because I just kind of wanted to talk about how this week started, and I didn't want to like just leave you guys guessing as to what was going on. I kind of wanted to just take a step and just like, or take a step back and just think about it. Honestly, I would think it would make for a better viewing experience for you guys to kind of see what I learned from this right away. I figure the first thing I would explain to you though is how I got injured. So I was basically skiing in West Bowl and the park all day. Well, the park, you know, a bit. I was easing into it. As you could hear me saying to the camera, I wanted to slowly progress in the park as the week goes on, and I was hitting like those tiny rails and stuff, and I want to progress into like sliding them, like how you would ski actual rails, and then like hit the actual big jumps and stuff. And I was feeling really good on the jumps. I was straight airing them and not getting that much air, but I was landing them super smoothly. And I was like, if I keep this progression up, I could be a real good just skier in general by the end of the week. And the second I go over to a blue to do a third person angle of me, like, you know, just slashing some powder up, I catch an edge and this happens. Now, there's a few reasons as to why I think I'm kind of like, obviously it was my fall, but things I just should have been careful of before. I sharpened my skis the night before. I got a full like tune up. They fixed this core shot I had, waxed it up, sharpened everything, even fixed up my top sheet a little bit. And I was super excited because the skis were just skiing fantastically. Like they were going super fast. And it slipped my mind that the chances of catching an edge are much higher. And I don't even want to say it slipped my mind because I was aware of this. But on this specific run, it was something that I didn't even feel like was going to happen to me because of how in control I felt. But there was a snowboarder who was doing like kind of an unexpected like right turn in front of me, and I wanted to give him more room. So when I went to go make that right turn, I guess I just went for it too fast. And it doesn't even look like it, but when I went for it, I just caught my left ski, and all I remember was seeing stars and just getting totally bodied. My camera did like 30,000 somersaults. And the GoPro mount, like the one that sticks to my helmet, got knocked off of my helmet. The GoPro came flying off of the pole, which is why it went so far, I think. Just the amount of force. My goggles were loose, my ski popped off. Like it was a total yard sale. And if nothing else was like, if anything else was loose, it probably would have gone off too. And the guy thought it was his fault, and I was like, no man, I just caught an edge. And I just remember being on the ground and the amount of pain I felt in my arm. I immediately, as soon as I touched the ground, I knew something was wrong from how hard I hit. I just felt something just go instantly. I thought my arm was broken. I was calling my dad on the ground, and he was not happy to hear, you know, like he wasn't mad at me, but he was not happy about the fact that I just got injured too. And I was telling him like, you know, honestly, I think my arm might be broken. So I got tobogganed down by a ski patroller, which first ever toboggan ride for me and my dad this season. And the fact that we did it about a month apart is like, honestly, just so crazy to me. But yeah, they took me down to the lodge, and as soon as they took my shirt off, they saw that my shoulder was like just in a different place. And she instantly knew that something was wrong. So she brought out this tank of laughing gas. She was like, we're going to put this thing back in. And I was like, is this gonna hurt like a bitch? And they were like, yep, so that's what this is for. So I went a little hard with it, or no, I didn't go hard with it at first. Like I was taking it and I got kind of nervous because I thought I was gonna like puke if I like had too much or just pass out. And they did this move. The only move that the ski patrollers are authorized to do is basically take my arm and go all the way up and down. And I didn't film this, but it was the most painful thing I've ever felt in my life. And that move didn't work. There was a kid also with his left shoulder blown out watching from the table, and he was like, oh my God, dude, that looks horrible. So anyways, I had to wait an hour for the actual EMTs to come who are authorized to do the rest of the moves. And they were like, yeah, we could get that back in place for you. So my arm was dangling for like an hour. They get there, pop it back in place. I was going real hard with that laughing gas at that point, because once they got to a point where I was just like, yep, I need it. The pain was so bad. Got on that, I felt like I almost passed out, but then I heard that click.
On that, I'm going to do a couple things. I want you to just totally relax. I want you to think really good posture. Try and sit up nice and straight. Think shoulder blades together. Look at the far wall. Breathe that gas as much as you like there. All these muscles and start spasming, and they kind of stop it as we go over it.
No worries, good luck.
Where's that going on?
Making those faces, you should be huffing this stuff.
A little more traction.
It takes about
If you need help, just
okay, 5 or 6 real big huffs before it starts taking effect. If you haven't started feeling woozy, you're not actually even taking the gas in properly. That's it. Huff away like that. That's what you want to do. Huff away. Keep going, because you want to build up, build up, build up.
This first staff, nice and straight.
Staff at the cardio compound, or are we going by site?
Keep huffing. I'm your huffing coach.
Would you keep coming around the side?
Yeah.
So you just see if you can, scapular.
Yep.
You can just find the tip of his scapula.
And then just push it down.
Push midline.
We can push in the call, stand by.
Yeah, there it is.
You need to get your thumb on it. There we go, we're good.
Yeah, that's good.
The amount of relief I felt was amazing. So yeah, after that, I got in the ambulance ride because like I had to go and get an x-ray, and I had no way of getting to Banff Hospital other than the ambulance. I gotta say real quick, the ski patrollers did an amazing job, and the EMTs, everyone that helped me out, super grateful for. I would never get people who bash ski patrol, because they're like the ones who make, this sport possible this sport possible for us to do in a somewhat safe manner. They're the ones they're the real watchdogs in the mountains. So super grateful for them. And it was pretty funny that they were able to film me doing this stuff too. Once I got to the hospital, I did my x-ray, and they said that there is no fracture at all. Just the muscles are very, very stretched out, maybe even torn. So that's honestly the only pain I'm feeling right now. I am not in zero pain. I definitely have pain up here, but it's very manageable. No medication or anything, which is great. So I'm just, I'm chilling. You're probably wondering what I've been doing the last 5 days since I got injured, because the 2 days of skiing were amazing, and I was expecting to be doing that all week, but now I'm here. The one day I'm just really like trying not to be pissed off about is the day that they opened the Alphabet goalies, which was literally the day after I got injured. It's my favorite terrain in the world, and it was in very probably some of the deepest snow, because it was closed all season and they just got dumped on, and they opened it. And the fact that I was right here and I was a day off and I missed it is just like, it kind of, it's like the extra kick in the nuts to what happened. Try not to get mad about that, but kind of is what it is. I just, it's the runs that I get the most comments about on my Lake Louise videos. So I really want to go back there and ski them hard and really just show people what I got, or just show myself what I got. But I'll be back for them. I'm sure after a storm they'll still be sick. Maybe not as deep, but I'm sure I could hit them just as sick. But the rest of the week honestly wasn't very snowy. I mean, there was little snow squalls that came in, but honestly I heard the conditions kind of just went down and down every day at this mountain. But this week I really just tried to capitalize on the idea that I'm on a solo trip. And just because I got injured, which my first solo trip and getting injured is pretty crazy, but just because I'm injured, I don't want to stop that from me enjoying this trip and just experiencing life in different ways. So I talked to as many people as I could. And unfortunately, I missed out on this rave that happened last night. I'm definitely going to next year because I figured out about it the night before and they've been sold out for a month. But I was just talking to a lot of people all week, and I just did a lot of fun activities. I ran into one of my buddies from Kicking Horse in the restaurant yesterday, and then I was just having a lot of beers, honestly. Just a lot of sick scenery, just doing a bit of filming. I've honestly been more resting this week. Almost every day looked the same. I would go down to the resort, have a few beers, talk to all the Australians there, come back to the room, go to the hot tub, go have more beers with dinner, and just be in a good mindset. Being around people really made this trip for me. And then on the very last day, I was at the breakfast buffet, which I've waited like 2 years to eat at again. So the fact that I was able to do it, just like, it made me a bit happier. But these random girls started talking to me. They invited me to eat with them. And then today I just ended up being at the mountain with them all day. I did my first shot ski, just did some day drinking, had some sushi, had even more food. We ate quite a bit today. And it was honestly just a great time, and it really made this trip memorable for me because I barely even skied this trip, but the skiing I did was great. But the solo travel is what really made this trip special to me. It forced me to talk to people. It forced me to just be out of my element, or not necessarily out of my element, but be out of my comfort zone and figure out how to make that my comfort zone. So solo traveling is definitely something I want to do again. Not all the time for sure, because, you know, when you go on a solo ski trip and things like this happen, it gets really tough. Especially imagine if this was like a worse injury. So very grateful, but I definitely do want to experience solo traveling again because it really just was a whole different type of experience for me.